This is the new LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary set boarding the Tantive 4, and it's potentially one of the most hyped and talked about sets of 2024. And as always here on the channel, in particular with LEGO Star Wars, we like to ask the question, is it a waste of money? Set 75387 released on March the 1st, 2024, in line with the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. It brings us back to where it all began in displaying the iconic Darth Vader entrance from Episode 4, A New Hope. The set consists of 7 minifigures, with 6 of them being based around the main purpose of the build, with the other figure included being a 25th anniversary exclusive version of ARC Trooper 5s. There are 502 pieces included and a bunch of playable features which we must cover in today's video, but for a retail price of $55, is this set a waste of money? Let's find out. If we start with the minifigures included, you receive 2 of the modern design Stormtroopers, along with 2 Rebel Troopers. Now the Stormtroopers are the same as the ones used in multiple newer sets, so LEGO decided to stick to the same design, so nothing new there, and they're currently worth around $6 each. The Rebel Troopers on the other hand follow up the design as featured within the Yavin 4 Rebel base. Thankfully though, this time you can get double the amount of figures for a third of the price. I'd say that's pretty decent. But featuring the classic Rebel Trooper helmet supported by the chin strap printed onto the face, for me personally it's certainly one of the highlights of this set, and it provides many collectors with an opportunity to get their hands on this figure at a much more affordable price. Now on the secondary market, this figure is currently leveling also around $6 each. Now Captain Antilles and Darth Vader are the other 2 figures included within this set which feature around the main purpose of the build. If we start with Darth Vader, he follows up more of what we've seen before. The best parts of this figure have to be the detailed printing of the mechanical elements to Darth Vader, along with the almost chrome looking printing to the arms. And as always, the best part of this minifigure has to be the 2-piece helmet, of course underneath revealing the pale and kind of scared crusty look to Darth Vader, followed up with the use of the more modern soft cloth cape. But with the amount of times that this figure has appeared within sets recently, it only really has a retail value of around $5. To be honest, I get it, I don't really see the need for LEGO to change what's kind of really a near perfect minifigure, especially for a set which already has so much going for it. It would kind of be a waste of resources. Captain Antilles stands out from the other Rebel Troopers, probably the most recognizable moment from the entire set, where of course Darth Vader brutally strangles him with the use of the Force in order to get his hands on the secret formula. But supporting a more tan-based body and legs is certainly a nice inclusion, but in comparison I'm more excited over the standard Rebel Troopers. It's not the first time LEGO have included himself within a set, but it is certainly going to be the most affordable version. And right now this figure is currently commanding around $12 on the secondary market. So if we go ahead and line up all of these figures together from what was a retail price of $55, from the main figures alone, if you factor in each figure's individual value, you're already going to get back around $41, which certainly isn't a bad start considering that there are still many more factors to this set to cover before deciding whether or not this 25th anniversary of the Tantive 4 hallway is a waste of money. And on that basis, the next in line to talk about is the exclusive ARC Trooper 5's minifigure included. Now from the first time I looked at this figure, I was blown away, and still to this moment that is the exact same case. Featured on a 25th anniversary plaque for display, there is so much detail packed into this minifigure for a set that costs just $55. I find it to be a little bit mind-blowing. If we start with 2 of the features that really took this figure into the upper leagues for me, if you remove his helmet on the side of his face, you can find the tattooed 5 on this minifigure's head. And down here on the side of the figure, we have indeed received a very top level of arm printing, certainly not what I was expecting from this figure in a $55 set, which already features 6 other minifigures. LEGO could have easily just used a regular clone trooper head, especially given that most collectors will display this minifigure with the helmet on. I really wouldn't have put it past them, but I'm certainly not complaining. A very, very good job. But looking at the torso and legs as well, with the inclusion of the backpack, I don't really think we have a right to complain. The only thing on this minifigure that stands out to me that isn't included is the comms panel on 5's left arm. But overall, I have no complaints. What an inclusion this minifigure is. Now, if you were to buy this minifigure separately on the aftermarket, it will cost you around $30, which is just over half the price of the entire set. Although I do see this dropping to around $20 upon this set becoming more and more available for collectors to get their hands on. But still, without the build itself, we're already looking at around $70 in value. And I stress that is not even factoring in the build. So I guess it's time for us to move on to the build. This is the hallway to the Tantive 4. Initially, one might say it's fairly unattractive, supporting many open mechanical functions and kind of featuring a bland and basic look, very similar to the Mandalorian Dark Trooper attack. But upon adding all of the minifigures into the build, it almost brings this unattractive and bland, boring design right into life. kind of similar to me once I met my girlfriend. Everything kind of just comes across a bit more interesting. Why am I insulting myself? I've really stooped to that level. There are a bunch of open studs to display these minifigures in a variety of different positions, and one of the best bits about this entire build is these grey controls scattered throughout the front of the build. Now with the turn of a hand, you can recreate the motion of death. You can literally choose which minifigures you want to die and which ones you want to live. LEGO Star Wars is turning into the Hunger Games. But besides from making your troopers fly into the Valley of Star Wars death, now using this feature provided to the back of the door, we can have Darth Vader poised as if he's about to enter onto the set of Saturday Night Live. So with this other switch behind the build, you can then recreate the entrance of Darth Vader with the use of all these translucent orange and red pieces, almost to recreate all the disruption and fire that comes along with him, kind of similar to the UK's government. But this extra clear translucent piece that's added to this build, I must say is kind of my standout favourite part of the entire set. It allows you to recreate the act of murder centre stage as Darth Vader strangles to a gruesome death Captain Antilles. There's also the option to combine more than one of this set together to further expand this moment of Star Wars. Certainly it's a nice idea, but maybe it's just a bit more of a money grab from LEGO. I'll leave that one for you to decide. Now I think putting all of this together is a clear upgrade on the Mandalorian Dark Trooper attack, but for the extra money this set costs, you'd more than expect that. I'm going to make an estimate and say that this build has a value of around $20. I think that's very fair with the 500 or so pieces included, along with the playable features and some of the printed elements including the door. So on paper, if we split the individual parts of this build, it equates to nearly doubling the value. But as with anything, that kind of means nothing if you're not happy with the overall product. And although this set is valued in my eyes as an expensive version of a battle pack, for $55 I really don't think you can go wrong. The box art looks incredible, and along with the 25th anniversary featured all throughout, it really does add some Nando's hot sauce fire to it. The standard and quality of minifigures included, even without fives, really works wonders. But with the addition of fives, LEGO have really gone above and beyond with this set, and indeed for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars as a whole. The build itself gives you a real bunch of options whether you want to display or even play with it, but there's no doubt in my eyes I can see this set certainly becoming extremely popular. I just hope LEGO don't oversaturate the market with the amount that they go and produce, and upon its retirement some way down the line from now, I could definitely see this set commanding a much higher price. So go grab 1, 2 or even more for yourself. Go and enjoy what looks to be an incredible year for LEGO Star Wars and LEGO as a whole. Consider checking out the video on the end screen now. Otherwise, I'll see you all later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, guys.